She is in a deep sleep when she is waterboarded by the hero. She angrily screams at him, but he instantly grabs her, saying they have to go somewhere. She keeps screaming at him to let go of her, but no one intervenes. Outside the castle, he dumps her on the grass. With fury, she demands to know why he thinks he could teach her anything. He plainly replies that since she doesn't listen, she just needs to know that he's not here to teach her magic. He simply loves beating up stuck-up nobles. He already has no reason to like nobles, so why should he hold back from beating her up, which sounds like the perfect opportunity? He also adds that the tutor role is just an excuse to take out all his anger on her as a commoner. She clutches the ground, trying to threaten him by saying he won't be safe after doing something like this. He smiles, knowing she will be sent to a monastery soon, so nobody would believe her anyway. Even if something happens, he will just apologize with his life, since a commoner's life isn't worth much either. She starts sweating as he further adds that he could always just run away and be forgotten soon. It would be a favor to Duplain, as it would get rid of her. Diella instantly begins to panic, realizing she is going to die, so she makes a run for it. She plans to get rid of him in the forest, since she knows it well enough to escape back to safety and report him. He lights up a fireball, which surprises her, as a fireball is 2-star magic. He throws it at her, and she barely dodges it, rolling away on the grass. He looks for her, and when he sees her unharmed, he smiles, saying he clearly missed. Diella pedals into the forest as fast as she could, looking back and fearing another deadly strike. Unfortunately, her luck says psych bitch and makes her trip, knocking her down with a thud. While she collects herself in an effort to escape, a magical arrow comes her way. She watches it, dashing away just enough to not get hit by the arrows. The noble gazes at the arrow with fear in her eyes, while our boy praises her for being light on her feet. He praises her for possessing an incredible speed despite being caged inside the annex all day long. The highborn doesn't waste any time and starts running away again, while Derek resumes his chase. The big question lingering in Diella's head is how long she can outlast him, because at the rate they're going, it's only a matter of time until she gets pinned down. When she looks back again, this man is preparing another spell contacting the ground. Derek gazes at the scenery of the forest, recalling how it's the exact same image he saw in those paintings, implying that Diella actually ran here ever since she was a child. Before she could even simplify her feelings, she ended up collecting the mana from the wild and poured it onto the empty canvas. Derek is in the middle of his thoughts, when suddenly, this psycho brat jumps, screaming at him with a boulder between her palms. This is her one chance of knocking him down, but our boy isn't a weakling and casually unsheathes his sword, slicing the boulder right off her hands and knocking Diella down. The attack is unsuccessful, and now she's got nowhere to run. The mercenary glares at her down, praising her for her spirit. After all, it's no surprise that he would have absolutely caught her in the forest, so instead, Diella changed strategies and attempted to surprise attack him. Despite that little maneuver, she failed, and now she had nowhere to run. Diella pants breathlessly in defeat. The cold mercenary knows that she doesn't even have the strength left to escape, so to end this little chase, he demands her final words before he cuts her down. With death looming over her, Diella smiles. Even now, she refuses to apologize, refusing to beg before the likes of a lowborn like the 16-year-old standing over her. Intrigued, Derek curiously asks why she's obsessed with discriminating against others for her bloodline. Interestingly, the noble tells him that she wouldn't have anything to rely on if not for her nobility, as if she truly thinks of her as nothing special. Punching the ground, Diella starts chanting magic in frustration, tears streaming her eyes. She berates him for acting like she never even tried when it came to learning magic. Derek resumes his silence while she vents her feelings, talking about how all her efforts to learn magic have been useless. It doesn't matter if she picks painting either, she's terrible at everything she does. That's the reason Diella strongly believes that the only aspect of her life truly special to her is her bloodline. An important point of reflection arrives here. She doesn't know where she stands anymore. After hearing her out patiently, Derek pours his sword with mana. It's time for the Yap festival to end, and for him to deal the killing blow. The mercenary raises his sword and hastens to end the girl's life, bidding her farewell. His sword swings down with immense speed as Diella shuts her eyes, awaiting impending doom. But then nothing happens. She opens her eyes in hesitation. The sword has been stopped by shards of ice. The noble doesn't even process what happened just now. Diella has found herself covered in ice, stopping his sword from making impact. Confused, she stares at her own two hands, unable to believe that she was able to cast magic just now. Sheathing his sword, the mercenary draws his conclusion, praising Diella for her hard work with the test, even apologizing for going too far. She stares at him in pure shock, while he clarifies that even though this isn't magic but a manifestation of mana, she was still able to cast something. Right then,